James Charles is a famous Instagram beauty guru with over 2.5 million followers, as well as a YouTube following of around 1.7 million. He currently lives in New York and his birth sign is Gemini. James has found himself in some recent controversy again, being accused of copying another artist's artwork. Now, this is not the first time that I've come across this is not the first time that other people have come across this, but in this instance, James has spoken and we do have an official statement from James Charles on the entire situation, which I think is very interesting for us to talk about. Basically, James posted this neon skull look on his Instagram, and he also posted a YouTube video. In this skull look, you can see there's a black base over parts of the face, and then there's like a neon blue line going across it, highlighting some areas. An Instagram makeup artist that goes by the name of Josh J. Morin posted a collage on Instagram showing a look that he did previously and then James's look next to it, saying the caption on the Instagram photo is, "James Charles, what's good, sister? I posted this look originally September 13th. I'd like some credit if you took inspiration, please. As a smaller artist, I would like an answer." So basically, he is accusing James Charles of copying his neon skull look. First of all, first impressions, what do you think? Do you think that James Charles has copied this look? Okay, why don't we do a quick breakdown? This is not the first time that James has recently been accused of copying someone's makeup look. There was originally something that James Charles did, I think it was maybe a month or two ago, and it was stained glass. So he chopped up little pieces of plastic and did it over his face to make like a stained glass effect. So you can see here we have this like cut crease idea with this stained glass as well as the lips. Now, this looks really beautiful and it looks very original. However, some people felt like he copied from another artist that did something very, very similar but slightly different. So if James had copied, he had changed it slightly. From my first impression, of course, my initial reaction with the stained glass situation was yes, like it looks like it's been copied, like it's a very unique original idea. It's not something that I've personally seen been done before. You know, I have no bias towards anyone. You know, I have no friends in this industry. Nobody looks out for me. I don't look out for anybody. This is John Kuckian, not here for the influencer. If you're enjoying this video, by the way, please leave a thumbs up, and if we get to 10,000, I will sit on a piece of Lego. That sounds really weird. So anyway, James obviously saw this picture, it flooded his DMs. This picture I think originally got 1,000 likes that the person posted with the collar saying, "Hey sister, what's good?" Do I think he's copying? In this scenario, I'll give you the tea at the end of what I think. But why don't we go straight into the official statement given by James Charles.
I just want to quickly address something on here because there's drama going on, shocking, on Instagram right now, and I don't think I've ever actually talked about this publicly before, but it's always something that's really, really irked me and bothered me and I've had a strong opinion on, and that is copying other artists' art without credit, and also the sense of entitlement that some smaller artists feel when it comes to this. Now, I obviously have a very large following because of all of you guys, which I'm very, very thankful for, and a lot of times, that means a lot of people are looking at my work, right? And a lot of times I'll post a picture of like a brown smoky eye or a cranberry cut crease or even like a sunset eye, something a little bit more intricate. And I'll get so many comments from small makeup artists that have like 600 followers being like, I did this last week, so where's my credit? Whoa. Let's back it up here. I'm not saying that anybody's follower count is important or affects your artistry or talent, because it doesn't at all. Like there are some people that I follow that have literally 4 followers and are some of the most talented artists. But that being said, if you have 600 followers instead of 6 million, the likelihood that a big artist went to your page or even saw your page and then stole your work and then did it themselves and then didn't get credit is like literally zero.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
Like, zero. It just doesn't happen. I'm tagged in like 100 pictures every single day from different followers and different people around the world doing inspired looks by me. I get thousands of DMs every single day, and I really don't check Instagram that often. I just go on it to post and call it a day. Like, I'm really not sitting there looking for people's looks to steal from.
Bop, boom, pow.
And for some reason, so many small artists feel that when they do a look and somebody does a similar look, that they're just entitled to receive credit. And listen, I'm not saying credit should not be given, because when credit needs to be given, credit needs to be given. I'm an artist. I put a lot of time and effort into my art, and I respect other people that do the same thing. So if somebody creates a look that I want to do, I always give credit, and you guys know that. My look today was inspired by the wigs and makeup manager, and look, there is credit right there, because she did this look first.
So James is about to go major call out. So he's basically going to go through and show you this guy's Instagram. Why don't we take a look?
And people like this, and I'm covering up his name because I don't want to give him any attention, but they feel entitled, and then we get posts like this. He decided that he couldn't message me or try to get in contact with me like a normal person, but instead, they wanted attention that badly by posting this collage and saying, "What's good, sister?" Smiley face. I posted this look originally on September 13th. I'd like some credit if you took inspiration, please. First of all, these looks look literally nothing alike aside from the fact that they are both blue.
So James is admitting there's an issue with people copying people's makeup looks. You know, some really creative people are smaller do have their looks stolen by much bigger people that don't have the inspiration and don't really just have that natural creativity. And this does happen, and it's such a problem, obviously.
This whole situation is so ridiculous and frustrating. Like, stealing makeup looks without credit is such a problem, and I'm not invalidating it at all. People work so hard on their makeup looks. I work hard on my makeup looks. I work really hard on my art. And when somebody's going to take credit for you or inspire something by you, that's fine. You just need to give credit where credit is due and make sure that people are knowing where the original is from.
James Charles added in the comments on that photo that the guy posted, "You really should stretch before reaching so hard next time. Love, wouldn't want you to pull a muscle." I don't think that's a very good line personally, but still it's good he stuck up for himself. The sad thing here is that your look is genuinely so good. It's very clear that you have talent. I hope in the future you let talent speak for itself instead of begging for attention with posts such as these. Stay humble, it will get you far. Oh my god. Do you think that this guy was being malicious, saying that James Charles copied, or do you think that this guy genuinely feels like James copied? Because there's really two sides of this. I don't think you can really dismiss either.
But when someone has 5,000 followers and someone else has 2.5 million, it doesn't make you any less than them at all. You're still equally as talented and equally as valid as an artist, but the chances of them seeing your work is probably a lot more slim. So therefore, when something like this happens, if any of this happens to you guys in the future, send them a private message and be polite about it and try to talk it out like a normal human being instead of posting a fucking collage on your public Instagram, tagging drama accounts, and try to make it into some big thing. Because that's how nothing gets done, and that's how you lose respect, and you will not grow as an artist, I promise you that.
Take responsibility for yourself. Stop it! Learn something from this.
Sorry, sister, I did not steal your neon blue skeleton makeup look because it's really hard to steal something when you've never seen it before. Sorry, Becky, I did not steal your brown smoky eye because every other girl with a Morphe 35O palette has done the same exact look. And sorry, Rachel, I did not steal your sunset smoky eye either because everyone also with a makeup brush has done that look as well. Give credit where credit is due, but if credit is not due to you, sit down and stretch before you reach so hard again because you're gonna pull a muscle. I'm already getting comments from people being like, "James, why are you even bringing up follower count? It doesn't matter in this situation." It does actually though. As I clearly said, having a lower follower count does not make you any less talented as an artist and certainly does not invalidate you either. But that being said, it does actually matter because the Instagram algorithm does not favor smaller accounts, and because I am a bigger account, Instagram on my explore page shows me posts and pictures from accounts that they think I will associate myself with. I follow a few smaller artists that I love the work of, and I swear to God, I have to manually go to their pages every few days and check up on them to see if they posted because their posts do not show up in my feed. So if someone has 5,000 followers and is attacking me for stealing their work, when I say I haven't seen it, I haven't seen it. And it is because they have less followers, not because they're irrelevant or they're not anybody. It's literally because of the Instagram algorithm. I have not seen it.
James popped all the way off. I honestly thought we were past this. Do you think James Charles stole this makeup look? You decide. That is the basic tea on the initial situation, okay? What do I think? I think in this scenario, very much like with the stained glass window situation, there is honestly no way to tell if it was copied. The stained glass picture that I saw was posted very recently, just before James posted his, like a few weeks before perhaps. But the issue is you don't know who posted before that person and who posted before that person, and for all you know, you can see one picture with a timestamp, but you never know if this has been a craze or if this is something that has been done by quite a few people copied over time, because James could have seen something subconsciously that was posted a year ago and it's stuck in his mind, or he very well could have seen this a week ago and copied it. There's honestly no way to know. The same thing with the neon skull look. Of course, there is the absolute possibility that he did see this and copy it and take inspiration, shall we say, because it's not identical. There are a lot of differences, and every time James do a look similar to someone else, it does look different. It's never identical to anyone's. Of course, there's a possibility of that. And he's saying, you know, with Instagram this, with Instagram that, I don't see this, I don't see that. Me personally, I have a gut feeling that James isn't the only one that looks for inspiration. By the way, some tea for you. Laura Lee posted a makeup tutorial, and she did credit the girl, but she was doing this makeup tutorial and she holds the mirror up and you can see the Pinterest picture in the reflection of the mirror. I was like, oh my god, like, Laura, you should have just printed off a picture or something. Like, you can't have the Pinterest picture shown on the screen whilst you're copying it. Like, I just thought it was so funny that he came to me yesterday on Snapchat, John Cookian. It made me giggle. What do you think of the situation? Do you think that James Charles copied? Please let me know. Again, I think we've gone through the basics. I did reach out to James Charles on the situation. I do think that he was quite cautious of this turning into drama and he wanted to keep away from drama. So as far as I'm aware, he does not wish to give any official statement. He doesn't wish to give anything on this situation. Again, it is suspicious because Nikki Tutorials, for example, did a makeup look I remember a few months ago, and the look was identical to quite an intricate makeup look that was posted on the Morphe Instagram like a week earlier. And obviously Nikki isn't a Morphe affiliate, so it would lead you to think, well, there is an obvious similarity. And same thing with Laura Lee's new Cat's Pajamas palette. You can see that she just did a collab with Violet Voss, and Violet Voss's highlighting palette looks incredibly similar in design to Laura Lee's new eyeshadow palette. So obviously in those sorts of situations you can think, well, there's an obvious association, and it is really possible that they would have seen that. But anyway, the person that James Charles mentioned in his video, the wigs and hair lady, I think that's the name of the Instagram, I follow her and I've followed her for a while. She's a really sort of intricate design artist on the face. She uses a lot of rhinestones. She does these really intricate skull looks, and I do completely believe that James Charles did credit her, and I do think that I think that James probably took inspiration from her, to be honest with you. She's really high engagement. She's really shown. That's how I found her, through Discovery. She has really beautiful, intricate makeup looks. She's actually, I have some tea for you, this lady. She's not a full-time Instagrammer. She actually works, the reason she's called like the wigs and makeup lady is because she works backstage for like the opera, and she like is the manager of the wigs and the makeup and all that kind of stuff, and costumes and stuff, which I thought was crazy. She did have a party and she didn't invite me. Even though I've never spoken to her, I was still offended. Always offended. And that's basically the situation. Can I give you my basic thoughts on James Charles? Okay, I have followed James for a while now. I've been having a look into all of his bits and pieces, into his past, into his future, into his deals, into his sponsorship rates, everything, you know? You know, there's a lot of people in the beauty group that we investigate and they are genuinely so shady. And sometimes we can talk a bit like, oh, James Charles isn't one of those people to me. I do 110% think he's made his mistakes. There's no question. I think we all have. I have, you have, everyone has. And I think he's no exception to that. He's definitely made his fair share of mistakes. And when he does make them, he has owned up to them very openly. He isn't someone that I view as being evil in the industry. And you know, there's a lot of influencers that get to where they do from almost being bullies, and that's obviously not very nice. I don't see James as being one of those people. I think he's someone that's obviously had a lot of privilege growing up, there's no question, and he knows that, and everyone knows that. I don't think that's something I need to talk about. You know, he was very blessed to have like a supportive family that really supported him in makeup, which I know a lot of you potentially, if you're guys, wouldn't have. And I know he's probably had a really hard journey to get where he's got to, but he's doing very, very well now, and there's no question. But I don't see him as evil. I think he definitely has evil thoughts, but I feel like he's very conscious of them, and I feel like he very consciously tries to go against them. That's my genuine analysis, just my tea for you today. I don't see him as being someone that's really vicious and evil. If he brought out an eyeshadow palette that was like $60, my thoughts would change. But from what I've seen of him, he's obviously done his shady stuff, like, you know, with the whole scandal that we covered. Go and watch it if you haven't, it's so juicy. With the CoverGirl highlighter being photoshopped on and stuff like that. Obviously it's shady, but it's not evil, and it's kind of the kind of shady stuff that most people in the beauty industry does. Like Jaclyn Hill will post a picture on Instagram like, oh my god, no filter, no Photoshop, my highlight is just glowing, and it's so obvious that it's Photoshop because all the other highlights in the picture are like grey, like where the sun is, but then the face will just be like white and it just looks stupid. Like, it's the same sort of scandal, but I think just because it's like a hot topic, people are like, oh my god. And I honestly did feel like things went a bit too far when people were bullying James. Like, I thought everything that happened with the racism, 110%, that's no question, do what you want with that. But after that, there was obviously some tea on Twitter and Instagram, and it was going viral, and it was funny to start with, but I felt like it got dragged out and people were just being mean, and I nearly did a leave James alone video. Like, I'm not James's friend or anything like that, but I know what it's like to be in that position where people just come for you over things that you haven't done, and to have things twisted to that extent. And I was watching what was happening to him continuously, and I was like, oh, I don't feel that sorry for him, because at least he's still in a good position, but at the same time I was like, it's not easy being in that situation. That's basically it. Please let me know what you think about the entire situation down below. I'm very, very interested to hear your thoughts. I have an update for you. My tubes for liquid lipsticks, you know, it's been like an 8-month endeavour. The factory's on holiday and they've said to me it takes 50 days to make them. I knew that already. The launch is obviously creeping very close. I'm going to give you the details really, really soon. Sign up to the announcement down below if you haven't already, and I'll email you all the details when that does happen, but it's going to be mid-November probably. My liquid lipsticks are probably going to go on sale like a few weeks after the launch, which is normal for most things, I guess. But there will be liquid lipsticks at the launch. They just won't be like stocked. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll still have loads and loads and loads of them for you to try and test and stuff like that. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.